Anybody out there? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Oliver. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello, Stephen. Even from New Hampshire. How we doing? Mr. Kinsey. Mr. Kinsey, you gonna be here in less than a month, huh? Big Mike. Howdy, Brent. Hello, Brian. Got 7 of us in here. How's everybody doing this morning or this evening for y'all? Did y'all have a big Super Bowl party? See if I can't get these comments to stay on here. Even from your soon-to-be traveling partner. That's right. Won't be long, huh? Mike's coming. What day are you coming over here, Mike? March what? I think me and Sharina's gonna go to Thailand in April, around April 4th, I think. Cold in Columbus. It looks cold all over the United States from here. March 9th. Okay. How long did you decide to stay, Mike? Negative 15 this morning. Woo! Stupid cold. That's absolutely right. March 9th to March 27th. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. I was working but haven't cared about football since Kaepernick. The same here. Same here. Yeah. And it wasn't really that. I just got away from it. I used to be a die-hard football fan. That would plug up my whole day every Sunday. And I just finally, I guess I just outgrew it and just got too busy for it. But I used to be one of them fantasy football every Sunday, watched every game, kept up with everybody. Now, if you're not a Dallas Cowboy, I probably couldn't tell you who's who. That and over here in the Philippines, it happens, so early in the morning. I wasn't getting up at 6 in the morning to go especially watch Seattle and New England play. But I get why everybody likes it. I used to be one of you. 0 degrees yesterday. That's cold, Chuck. That's cold. And I was shocked at all this bunny crap. Thought the BLM anthem was long gone. Yeah. I don't understand it. You think America's game, I don't know, you just think the NFL would go after NFL fans, but maybe they was just trying to use that platform to stoke up argument or invite a new audience. But you'd think that they would, cater to the people that like them. And I seen them interviewing the players, and they're like, hell, I'd never heard of him. I'd never heard of him either. But on Facebook, boy, you got left going against the right, so I don't know if that's what they meant to do, or I think it is. They always want everybody. First half was one hell of a defensive game. Brian. Single wild man loose in the Philippines. Yep, Mike. I hope you like it. I really do. You may want to get out of Dumaguete. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the dating scene's like here because I hadn't had to do it. Oh, you got a new way to do the comments. Well, I'm on a tablet right now, so before on my phone it was so small I was trying to read these comments, and I wish I could set it up where they don't disappear, because if I don't keep my hand, they want to disappear on me. So same with woke NASCAR. Yeah, I don't understand why they do that. That's like Budweiser. They screwed up way back then, and the reaction was immediate. So you'd think NFL fans would just say, I'm not into it. Have you heard about the Philippines government requiring a permit to do? Yeah. And I'd heard about that way back yonder. Matter of fact, I did a video saying, vlogging's not allowed. And then my comments is, this is a lie. This is clickbait. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. Yeah, it is the truth. Yeah, you see people vlogging every day, but that don't mean they're doing it legally. And like I say with the permit, good morning, babe. I see you're on here. I hope you're doing laundry in there. I don't know what happened this morning. I was asleep, but when the Filipina left this morning to take the kids to school, she was very angry. I heard all kinds of, I don't know, is in a different language, so I knew somebody done messed up. So I shut up. I didn't say a word. But anyway, yeah, back to the permit. Yeah, I think, and I'm gonna look into it more and try to go get mine. But you see people vlogging every day. One, they either have the permit. Two, they don't know about the permit. Or three, they're in and out, so it don't matter. I see people doing the same thing as the pro-life traveler did, but they come here and they leave, and there's no consequences because I don't know. They have no time to catch them. All these vloggers that stay on the move, they have a difficult time tracking them down. And when you're just popping in and popping out, they're not worried about that guy. I think they're worried about the people that do it every day. I don't know. It's an awkward situation over here. Boom! Oliver Russ hit me with $2. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. Appreciate the super thanks or whatever you call them. But I'm gonna write that down. I don't know, when you pull out a camera here, it's not the same. Used to, people would be running up to you, vlog, hello vlog, hello vlog. It's just happy. Now you get the old stink eye. So I don't know. It just feels way different here. They screwed up a good thing. What can I say? They screwed up a good Vitali and Sim Rusifu. And there's others. And now you see YouTubers going at each other. Of course, you always had that. Somebody's doing good, somebody gets jealous and wants to, and some of them maybe they got a legitimate gripe, but I don't know. I try to stay out of the drama. What's the deal with that's just. I think this rule has actually been in effect for a long time. But yeah, they want you to get and I don't know if it's every city you go to, you got to get a different permit. I don't know. But the ones that's going to hurt are the people that live here. Like I said, the people that just pop in and out, they could give a shit less. And by the time anybody sees it, they're long gone or, you know what I mean? So it's the people that live here that try to show you the everyday stuff. But it's awkward. It's awkward. Okay, I'll find them starting at the mall in Cebu. Yeah, heck yeah. That's her, Brian. Yep, I didn't realize it, but she's in got her brand new washing machine, folks, and she still hand washes all my clothes. So bless her heart. Thank you for that, Charina. But she likes that spin cycle, and somebody said all women love spin cycle. Yeah, that's right. But she actually uses it for wringing out the clothes, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I comment. I guess you boys not up on current events about filming in public. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's been around. It's been around, but now they're enforcing stuff. So, right on, Oliver. Yeah, give Oliver a hand. Got us in the bank this morning. I'm afraid to pull out my phone anymore. Yeah, me too. And even something simple like just showing the market or whatever. And I've always tried to, if I see somebody, and I know the people want to look at the good looking chicks and this and that, but I'm just not. After that last situation, that's what they're cracking. If they don't want to be on your vlog and they just happen to see your vlog, they can report you and probably get you to kick the hell out of here. And if somebody sees them on the vlog, hey, I seen you on this. Well, boom. Howdy, Oliver Russ. Howdy. Thank you, Oliver Russ. When are you going to show her the power button on that new washer? I did. I run her through it. But what she wanted to know is how do I get to the rent cycle? So I showed her how to boom, 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 hit this button until it gets to I think the code is 08 and it goes to spinning. I said, but when you're washing my stuff, just throw my shit in it, hit go, and then walk away. Hell, that's all I ever did. So all this other, she's like, no, I want to get your shirts real clean. Okay, well, whatever. It was on Asia now. What was on Asia now? Oh, the vlogging? Yeah. Like I said, I put out a video, I don't know, a week or two ago, and in the comment section, it was just, you don't know what you're talking about. I see people vlogging on. Yeah, you see them vlogging all the time, but one, they're either doing it responsibly. Two, they got a permit. Three, they don't know they need a permit. I mean, just because, ignorance is no excuse when it comes to the law, they claim. Yeah, they screwed up a good thing. And that damn Vitale, him giving the finger to the Philippines by posting all the shit that went on while he was locked up, I'm afraid Mr. Rusipu is going to have a hard time. Because, Vitale screwed it up for even his buddies that was still in there. He just come out and ratted them out. Yeah, I had a phone, so I'm sure that's the first thing they went down is shook down the whole damn jail cell or whatever and found everybody's phone or chargers. And you know how it is in prison. So those, even if Rusipu was able to slip the guy, 1,000 pesos and get him a phone, well, he's lost it by now. Glad the passport bro stuff died off. I'm old enough. I know what bros was short for. Yeah. And then no matter what, you're gonna hear that over here because you do got some people that's why they're here. But hell, you've got some cities that's what they're built for too. You know what I mean? You know what you're getting, but I guess a lot of that stuff they don't want publicized. Same as in the United States. You can go to any of them big cities and film all them zombies they got. They don't want that around. But if you got some high dick politician or something coming to town, they can clean it up for that, but they won't clean it up for the public. Jolena started vlogging Sims. Oh, the pro-life travelers, little honey, she started. What's her channel? She started vlogging. I lived overseas and you was always smile and wave, never. Damn, I got an arrow. Never around with folks. Got a damn arrow right where I was trying to read. Yeah, and it's a damn shame. And what's bad is the tourism was already down. It was already, it's decreasing and decreasing and decreasing every day. And then all these new rules and laws, people are not going to want to come here. Because that's all they hear about, and that's the topics that hit the news. Another vlogger this, another vlogger that. You had that idiot that was talking about HIV and spreading HIV. Thank God it was he was just trying to, what do they call that, rage bait or whatever. It's just idiotic. But they got his ass. They got him shut down quick. So. Jolene got friends and relatives coming out of the woodwork on the video I saw. Oh, I imagine they're spending up all Sims money. You reckon? Brent is tripping. That's right. Take a ride. Yeah, and bless her heart. I hope her channel does good because I think, yeah, she knew what was going on. But I think he was such a control freak or whatever, because you could tell every time he came home that she was pissed off. She wasn't happy with what he was doing. But what could she do? But sit in that house all day. I don't know. I just hope I hope she can. I'm sure she'll have a lot of simps, trying to gobble her up. What's the name of that channel? I want to see the comments, because I bet it's full of people. Try and slide on in on old pro-life traveler. But yeah, I think he's screwed. I think he's and gonna have to do it the hard way. And then you got these idiots over here. Hell, there was one, an American, uh, murdered his wife. You just seems like it's something all the time, and it's always a foreigner in the headlines. Have you cooked a burger on that grill? No. I just bought me some charcoal yesterday. I bought 4 bags of charcoal, and when I say bags, I'm talking about like this. It's not like charcoal you get in the sack at home. But I'll make a video when I'm gonna burn it out first. I'm gonna make sure get all that paint burn off and all that stuff before I go to putting burgers or anything. I got some steaks that I want to cook, so I'm gonna burn that thing off, and we'll have us a little bonfire. Get that thing broke in, and we'll put some steaks on the grill. Boy, I made a pot of chili 2 nights ago. Unbelievable. I got it a little bit warm, but that's the first time I made chili without a chili kit. When I'm back in the States, I usually always get one of them Williams chili kits and just do what the directions say. But you can't get ingredients here, and I was on the keto version, so that's the first time I made chili without beans. And it turned out good. It really did. I've ate it 2 nights in a row, and I've still got a big ass pot of chili. So that was my little Super Bowl meal without watching the Super Bowl, if you will. But it turned out pretty good. Hey, why are you interested in her channel? I'd just like to see what the comments say. That Sharina? No, I would like to see. Never mind. Don't tell me. No. No, I really would like to see what the comment section looks like. I bet it is Jolena Daily Vibes. Okay. Yeah, she probably got 10 people living in Sim's house by now. Do you reckon? Sharina, quick to say why you interested in that channel. Once again, too, folks, as soon as I started my diet, Sharina comes, bakes a big old deal of brownies and just puts them right there, right under my nose, so I have to look at them. And of course, I fell for it. I ate 3/4 of a box of brownies. Can you get good 90 to 10 ground beef there? I think you can. I think it the last I bought was probably 80-20, 70-30, but I like the fat in mine. I really do. But some of it is super lean, yeah. So I bet there was some next to what I bought that looked a hell of a lot leaner than mine. So I bet it's 90-10. I really do. Or you can get ground chuck, which is less fat too. It takes a village. Yeah, it does. It really does. So, like I say, nothing. She's gonna do what she has to do, and you can't blame her for that. But hopefully, he was making a lot of money now. He was making a lot of money, but how much access she had to it, I bet she didn't have much access to it. Just the way he was. He seemed to me like a everything's mine type of guy. So I don't know, and I don't know how much he's spending on legal expenses. I don't know. I don't know. 70-30 is better than that dry lean crap. I think so too. That's where all your flavor is. I told Sharina that we went and bought some steaks the other day, and she was buying one for Jake, and she pulled out a sirloin, but I mean there wasn't a lick of fat in that thing. I said that's going to be like shoe leather, and sure enough, Jake cooked it up, did a hell of a job flavoring it because it was damn tasty, but it was tough. But I bought some ribeyes that we're going to try next, and I may try to get him to cook them because he cooked them perfect, and he did his in a fry pan. Boom! Somebody Farrell in the Philippines with $9.99. Hey, I appreciate you, Farrell in the Philippines. Woo! That Farrell, hell yes, fat is flavored. Absolutely, I like mine. I shoulder the marble. I shoulder all the. I said that's where your flavor is right there, and that makes them so damn tender. I'm gonna have to write that down. Farrell in the Philippines, so I can thank everybody. But I've always been picky about my steaks. I always want to be the one to cook them. But I've actually, man, them steaks that we had at the Mango Ranch, I'm talking about outstanding. But it was that Wagyu beef, and you know how tender that is. It melts in your mouth. But that's a little high to be enjoying. You pay $60 for a steak. I'll pay I'll pay about 20 for some steaks at the grocery store, and I'm gonna fire that grill up and tell you if it's decent beef or not, because that's 90% of your trouble right there is finding good beef. I bought these steaks. I actually bought them at Robinson's, but they look kind of like the same packages down at Bellcrest. So hopefully they'll be good. But it all depends on what that calf was eating or whatever, Brian. Less fat, less time. You cook them, yep. Fellow Okie sending love. Hey, I appreciate you, Farrell, in the Philippines. You are the man. Right on, Farrell. That's right. Give Farrell a thumbs up. Glad that storm didn't seem too bad. Who got hit the hardest? I think that little town in between, what is it, Ozamas and Dipolog. I think I seen some bad flooding there. I seen some bad flooding in other places, but I'm not sure exactly where they was at. So yeah, but anytime they get a big rain here, people get flooded out. I know that Stephen in Mindanao, his wife's family got flooded out, and they all showed up at his house, and he was kind of tore up about it for a while, but he was able to find them a new place to live, so everything's going to work out there. But yeah, especially in them squatter areas, they're usually always right on the river, and they're the first ones to get. And I'm talking New Orleans, Katrina swamped. I'm talking about waist high water. It's just all that water coming off these mountains. There's nowhere for it to go. Luckily, we're in a good place. I guess we're lifted enough, and we're far enough from the ocean that we're high enough, don't have to worry about that. And we're far enough from the mountain. I can see the mountain in the distance there. It's probably 5 miles from me, but we don't have to deal with that type of flooding. What's Trina gonna fix when I'm there? Balut. She's gonna feed you some balut. We got some duck eggs in the incubator right now, waiting for you, Mike. Maybe some spiders. I'll be in the Philippines on April 2nd. We're gonna have to get together and have a meal and meet. Sounds good, Phil. Just hit me up. Hit me up April 2nd. You'll have to. How long are you gonna be here? Because we leave April 4th or April 3rd. We're flying out of Cebu at 3:30 in the morning on April 4th. So on April 3rd, we're flying to Cebu. And actually, April 2nd, we're probably going to be going to Bonawan to drop the kids off and stuff. But we're only going to be there a couple weeks, so when I get back, we'll definitely do it. I need an ally. Oh yeah, I'll be one. How long you staying? You gonna be here for good? Brent, that Wagyu beef cow probably had more beers than you did. That's why they live on beer. Yeah. Well, if he had one, that's more than me, bud. I'll be arriving on the 30th of March. First trip overseas. Should be an adventure. Hey, Moo, Texas. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I really do. It's a different world. It takes some getting used to, but I think you'll like it. Yeah, that's the thing. We talked about building the house this year over there, and I ain't really talked myself into that yet. I think reading is a lot better right now. I think reading. Richard White. I think reading. I'm not sure what you mean by I think reading is a lot better. Is Richard White? I've got a buddy named Richard too, so I had all kinds of things going. I got a buddy that lives in what you call it, San Carlos City. So you're moving over here. Well, I'll be here. It may take me 2 weeks, 2 weeks to get back over here. Like I said, we got a one-way ticket trip booked, but we're looking at staying around 2 weeks. So I'll be back, and then on the 28th, I fly back to the United States. So we'll have to do something in between there. The vow bound to stay girlfriend is waiting. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Richard done confused Brent. Yeah, you seen that going through my head, huh? What the hell is he talking about? But I was thinking, I had a lot of these comments don't have pictures, so a lot of these names throw me off because lots of them are numbers and stuff. Like Danny B 2106. Do you get migraines? Not too bad. Not too bad. So that would be a no, I guess. Boy, I've got something going on with my kidneys right now. I think I've been drinking too much coffee. Speaking of. And so when I was laying down at night, boy, my old kidneys were just sore. So I made it a point. Yesterday I started drinking lots of water and avoided the coffee, but I made me a coffee this morning, which is cold. We better get that fired up and reheated. Moo, keep an open mind about everything and try not to gauge Asia against the United States. Just go with the flow. That's absolutely right, Brian. You got to remember, this is a new monster. Don't expect nothing from back of the West. But you know everything about it. I mean, 90% of it, you've been watching these channels, and when you get here, you know it won't be that big of a culture shock because you hear us either share our experience or complain or whatever. So you know what you're getting into. I really think you'll like it. And the Philippines ain't the same as it was 10 years ago. And I'm not speaking by experience because I wasn't here 10 years ago, but I was definitely watching 10 years ago, or 8 years ago anyway. I guess I started really looking into the Philippines about 2019 probably. And I was fixing to pack up and head over here, and y'all know what happened. And so, but I'd been doing a lot of studying on the Philippines, and even after all that studying, I jumped off and landed in Makati, and I was like, "What the hell have I got myself into?" Because it wasn't Dumaguete. I guarantee you, it was pretty much a culture shock. So I booked me a damn airplane. I said, I'm getting to Dumaguete as quick as I can. I was going to go up to Angeles while I was there and do pretty much what I told y'all to do. You know, don't go directly to where you want to live. But there was a big flood up in Luzon. I guess they had probably a typhoon go through there, and all the roads, was flooded. The buses wasn't running. So I'm like, screw it. I'm booking me a trip to Dumaguete. And as soon as I stepped off the plane, I was like, okay, this is more like it. This is what I signed on for. You know, when I jumped off in Makati, I didn't see no tricycles. I said, where the hell's this? Ain't the Philippines. But like I say, as soon as I landed in Dumaguete, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Good morning, McLovin. Straight black coffee is good for your kidneys. Well, I'll definitely try that. But all I got over here, I'll show you, is this instant coffee. I don't know if that's good for anything, but it's coffee powder. You just slide one of them and you drink and pretend you're drinking coffee. But the crap I drink, that 3-in-1, I think it's straight chemicals. I'm talking. I'll spill a little bit on the table. The ants won't even mess with me. That's my plan. I purchased a one-way ticket, and I'm starting in Cebu, Lapu-Lapu. Yeah. Hell yeah. start slow and travel slow. That's my advice. Travel slow. If you start in Cebu, get on that bus, and hell, you can you can get off at a couple of places in Cebu on the way to Dumaguete. If you're taking the bus to Dumaguete, I don't know if you plan on doing that or flying, but you can stop at Oslab and Mobo. Them are two pretty big. They're tourist attractions, but check them out on the way. And that's one thing I kicked myself in the ass for. I drove the whole island of Cebu, or from Cebu down south. I never went up north, but I never even stopped at Mobo and Oslab. So a lot of people say, "Have you been there?" And I'm like, "No." I drove through one of them, but I never enjoyed it. So the medical clinic at Marina Side Mall is quite good. Never messed with it. Well, that's good to know, though. That's Danny B 2106. I'm heading straight for Dumaguete. I'm going to get a bike immediately. Yeah, so that was my deal. Is when I got here, I seen all the traffic, and I said, I'm not driving in that shit. There's no way in hell. Because even my tricycle, when I was taking it to the hotel, we was parked more than we was rolling. So I'm like, screw this. But about 2 days after being in Dumaguete, and I even got a hotel right there by the boulevard, right in the main part of Dumaguete. And there was a motorcycle shop right across the street. I said, I got to do it. I got to. And as soon as I did, it just opened up the whole world to me. It was like freedom. I can go anywhere I want, do all the exploring I want. And the traffic's not that bad when you get out in it. It's just, it's bad. But what I mean by bad is just slow. If that makes any sense. It's not scary. Hell, I don't think you ever get above 20 mile an hour in the city of Dumaguete. But you got to learn that it's all a cat and mouse game. It's like a big game of chicken or Frogger when you're over here. If you don't nose out there and just go, even though somebody's coming, you're not going to get nowhere. Rent a bike and road trips around. That's right. Yeah, and like I said, it opens up the world to you. I'll be making a permanent move in a month to Clark. I don't know, McLovin. You better. I know that old boy did a video on Clark, whatever. But there's nothing there. If you'll notice in that video, you probably didn't see 20 minutes. And even his little video, he ran out of footage to show people because nobody's in Clark. That may be an awesome final destination, but I think you need to stay in Angeles a month or so and see people. Because if you move straight to Clark, you're going to be lonely, and you're going to be, unless you've already got a woman that you're picking straight up and taking there. I think you're going to want to be around people, and Clark is like a final destination. It's beautiful. It's an old military base, is what it is. That's why the streets are so big and there's no traffic, but there's nobody there. And these people put that information out that, I think you'd be miserable there if you go straight there. I don't mean to piss on your parade, but just think about it. Something to think about. Cool, Moo, have a blast. Thank you, says Moo. No straight black drip coffee is what you need. Yeah, I know, I realize that. I bought me some turmeric the other day. I'm gonna start putting turmeric in it. Brian Gale is having hell with his messages. He's already retracted 2. He said autocorrect drives this old guy nuts trying to type out something coherent. I understand. Yeah. I seen a meme say to autocorrect, I've never called anybody a cant. I guess he was trying to call him a CUNT, and it kept changing it to can't. Doctor told me to avoid instant coffee as it messes with your stomach, etc. He said best to buy beans and grind yourself. Yeah, I totally agree with it. I'm lazy, and this don't even taste like coffee. This sand mig crap that I drink, it's more of a chocolate milk type of, it's a Starbucks type shit is what it really is. You got to take the ferry from Cebu to Dumaguete, yes sir. Unless you fly in to Dumaguete. Curtis in the house. How you doing, Curtis Green? Yep. But you can get a roll on roll off ferry right there in Cebu and bring you back over here. That's what I did. I one time I rented a bike here in Dumaguete. I took the ferry to Sikihor, then I took a ferry to Boho, then I took a ferry to Cebu, and then I rode the whole length of Cebu and jumped on the ferry and rolled on into Dumaguete. But by that time, I knew where I was going and what Dumaguete was all about. Did you buy any medical insurance, or you have your VA medical coverage? I know there's medical cost is probably cheaper without insurance compared to a copay you will pay here in the USA. Yeah, I'm uninsured. If something bad happens to me that is service connected, I can get that done at Manila, but it would cost me more to fly to Manila to have them do anything. So if anything goes wrong, I'm gonna pay for it myself. And when you go to, wow, we're up 62 people. That's the most we've ever had. Hey, I appreciate everybody in here. When you go to any of these hospitals, they don't give a shit if you got insurance or not. You're going to pay them cash before they do anything to you. And then now you might get your money back from the insurance and you might not. I'm sure they'll want forms and it's going to be a hassle and all that. So I don't have it. The first time I come over here for 3 months. I bought that safety wing. Luckily, I never had to use it. But yeah, if anything happens, it's gonna be out of pocket. Where's the Filipina? She's down there doing laundry, but she's keeping tabs on me. She already. I said something about a Filipina's YouTube channel a while ago, and she was quick to get on here and say, "Why you want to watch her channel?" Clark is going to be our home base, but we'll be hitting the road after I get settled. First adventure will be to Apo Wang, the old lady. You gonna get you a tattoo? Get you a little dot? I've seen a lot of people go up there and get a little dot with their little wooden pecker. Hell, I even started to go up there, and that's Baguio is definitely on my list, but I would like to go see that lady too. English Indiana in the house. How you doing, James? Good. 66. I'm telling you, people, this is a new high for us. Those 5 peso red coffee sleeves are tough to hold down. Funny, I still have a few in my travel bag from 45 days ago. The 3-in-1 coffees aren't horrible. No, I like I say, I like the 3-in-1s, but they're. I know that's what's probably doing this to my kidney right now. I hope you can get stronger on your diet. Look at the weight loss as desire, not discipline. If you cheat, you feel guilty, and you just say fuck it and fall off the diet. 100%, yeah. I'm with you. And I've got to stay motivated. But y'all keep me kind of motivated. But I'll go to watching like somebody said on here before, Dr. Barry, and I'll try to watch all them people that are fasting. Cole Robinson. I'll try to watch them and know what they're going through. Who is Leaky? Who is Leaky that knows my name is B-Bob? Folks, I ain't been called Brent Bob since I was a little kid. Who is that? I love you too, whoever you are. Warming up in Florida. Curtis Green says he's finally thawing out. Good to know, Curtis. What is the old temperature gauge saying in Florida? At James, Indiana. Interesting. I'm here temporarily. What's going on in Indiana? Farrell in the Philippines says, I started the carnivore diet in December and I've lost 30 pounds. That's the way to go. There is no way to screw up a carnivore diet unless you don't eat meat. Meat and eggs. That's the simplest. And I was always, hello, Susie Q. I didn't know who it was. Susie Q in Iowa Park. Iowa Park, Texas in the house, folks. She used to be my next door neighbor Uh, Babysitter, first crush, my favorite, Susie Q. She's defending her territory. LOL. Yeah, yeah. She was quick to get on there and say, "Whose channel are you trying to look at? Why you want to see her channel?" The Arctic air was just in place. It stayed there for a while too, didn't take a ride. The big town of Owl Park. Yep. I seen my sister lives in Owl Park too, folks. And I seen they went to the Wichita Mountains and they walked like 6 miles. And I said, I asked her, I said, is that supposed to be fun? Walking 6 miles, walking 6 miles don't sound too fun to me. 67 people in the house. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, Susie. I don't feel so good. I'm getting fat's what I'm getting. I got to get right. Susie can tell y'all how skinny I used to be, folks. I used to be so skinny that people made fun of me. But boy, I hit about 35 or 40, and I went from being proud to finally getting a little fat, getting a little chub on me, to this is unbelievable. And this is being fat is hard, folks. Staying skinny is hard, but being fat's hard too. You don't want to do nothing. So I'm trying to get my butt back in shape. Ever since my little surgery, everything that goes in my mouth goes straight to my stomach and just stays there. So I guess all that time I'd been throwing up half of my calories. So it was easy to stay pretty slim. But hello, make it 67 in the house, back down to 66. It was 67 for a minute though, I saw it. CB, you get your kicks on Route 66. Yes. Susie Q. Well, I guess I skipped a bunch there, didn't I? Might have to change the channel to B Bob's Trippin. Yep, Brent's Trippin. I was fixing to say, who is that called me Brent Bob? I hadn't been called that in years. My dad's name was Jerry Bob, so they just called me Brent Bob. Uh-oh, that'll bring Mama back in here. Yeah, I got to watch that Filipina at night. Hell, I'll wake up and I'll have half of my half of my people on my Facebook have been deleted. And it'll take me about 3 months, or somebody will send me a message. Hey, such and such wants to know why you deleted them. Did you do that on purpose? Blah, blah. And I tell you been in my damn phone deleting people again? Yeah. Those Filipinas are better than the CIA. They're pretty quick too, boy. They're pretty technical savvy, and I'm not. It will hit 72 this week. I bet that's a welcome 72 too, huh? Finally thawing out and staying. So good deal. I'm lucky to have the skinny gene. I used to have it, but I drank a lot of beer, boy. I used to drink cool ones every night, and then before I'd go to bed, it was, let me see how much Sonic I can inhale, and it was chili cheese everything, chili cheese tater tots, supersonic size. That's back before they screwed you and put your supersonic. It used to be one of them whole big old coney deals, plumb full to the top, of just chili cheese everything, with mustard and onions. Little surgery, you and I see you. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. They split me open like a damn fish. I'm glad that deal's over. Nothing worse than needing an oxygen tank just to tie your shoe. Got to come up for it. Yeah, I had to hold my breath. To get down there. But I got to get right too, because hell, when I finally got my ass in some shape, I felt good, and I don't know. It's a mental deal. You feel good. You look good. You feel good. You get all fat like I am now, all swollen and puffy. Hell, your old pride gets hurt. You get shameful, and you get, I don't know. I'm not much I don't hide much, so I still go to the swimming hole and I can't go swimming with shirt on. So hell, no shame in my game. But still in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I'm that guy. She will take good care of you. keep you in line. She always has. She keeps me straight, but I got to get on her every once in a while. I said, "Damn it, Tarina, you blocked my mom." I said, "And she's passed away. What?" But then I got to looking at the list. She didn't just block her. She blocks like 30 or 40 at a time. If their name just sounds like a female name, she's blocking them. And you won't find no Filipinas in my friends list because she gave them the axe a long time ago. And a lot of the people that she axed, I was like, yeah, I'm glad you axed them because I don't know who in the hell they are. I've seen my uncles look pregnant because they drank so much beer. That's how I used to look. That's all I did is I had a little pot belly, and I finally worked it off. And then I'll be damned if I'm more than a pot belly now. Hell, I look pregnant. That's a beer gut. I'm trying to make a claim with Safety Week now. They keep asking for documents that I already sent. Frustrated. Yeah, that's why I don't mess with it. Like I say, if something big was to happen, I'll either have to pay for it out of pocket or, and with these insurance companies, good luck getting your money back. I hope you do. I hope you don't give up because they're going to try to run you to death. That's what they're hoping, that you give up. I still miss the street food there. Can't wait. What's your favorite street food? I know it's not the balut. Hit the like, folks. Yeah, y'all we got 33 of them. Boom. When Sharina cooks for you, what's your favorite meal for her to cook? Caldereta. She makes a caldereta, and I don't really know how to explain it, but man, it's good. But I can't. All my favorite meals that she cooks, she makes like a shepherd's pie too, like mashed potatoes with like sloppy joe on top of it. But I can't. Bless her heart, I can't have any of that. And she'll make something good, and I'll get frustrated. I said, I can't have that. And she really don't understand all this. She said, well, you can have a little bit. She can have. And I always give her hell. Say, yeah, you try to keep me fat so these Filipinas won't try to steal me. But I know she just don't understand that the whole no carb deal. Because they eat bread here every morning, folks. They eat bread or rice. There's fresh bakeries on every street corner. So she always she'll bring and I said, I can't have it. One, it's carbs. She said, well, you can have a little bit. I said, yeah, normal people can have a little bit, but I'm going to sit and eat that whole sack. Donuts, bread, it don't matter. But I definitely have to say Caldereta is my favorite. Is my absolute. Nothing wrong with self-insured. No. Something big happens, I may be sad, but I don't know how that works too, because I don't think you can just go into the hospital and say, hey, I've got insurance. I think they're going to tell you, I don't care. You're going to pay for it, and then you deal with your insurance. Lumpia, Panza, yeah, I like both of those. I really do. And I like, for dessert, them brownies she makes are the bomb, but I like, what the hell's the name? Puta, or puto. I call it puta cheese. It's little muffins. I guess puta's a bad word. Her sister let me know quick. It's not puto. It's it's not puta. It's puto. I'm only claiming $100, trying to claim to see how it goes. Hey, yeah, keep us updated too. If it's too much pain, I'm going to cancel them. Yeah, I had them for 3 months, and I always felt good about it, but I didn't just stay here too. I went to Japan and Thailand, so I'm not sure how it would work there. But here in the Philippines, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. Keep us in the know, because I would like to know that too. See, because I've gone to the doctor, and here the doctor, you just tell them, hey, tell him what your problem is, what you want, and he says, okay, 300 pesos, and he'll write you a script. I've been to the doctor here too that, I don't know, even on my, before they split me open, I was like, something is wrong, and everybody's missing it. I'd been to the VA, they kept misdiagnosing me, and I went here, and they wanted to run like ultrasounds and all that other, whatever they run when you're pregnant, that little deal. looked at my organs, and I thought, hell, what's this going to cost? Come on, up costing me $50. That would probably cost me 10,000 in the United States. So all the treatment that I've ever had over here has been well, what do you call it? Affordable, and I've been pleased with the price. I know she's took the kids down there. They want to keep you though. 69 people in the house. Woohoo! Like CJ, the last time he was in there, they kept him for about a week, and I don't know. I think that was even staying in the hospital might have been 60,000 pesos, so that's $1,000. Being in the hospital for a week, that sounds pretty cheap to me. When you going to see the fried chicken lady where you used to live? We drove by there yesterday, but we didn't stop. I'm gonna get me a new chicken lady. I was just there. I bought 20 pieces of chicken off of her probably a couple weeks ago, and kind of hurt my old feelers because she didn't even recognize me. Boom! Fisher Lord in the house for $4.99. I appreciate you, Fisher Lord 2438. You are the man. No blute. Everything else is game. Yeah, I hear you. I even tried the blute, and it wasn't that bad. It tastes like just a hard-boiled egg, but just don't look at it. But I'm like, why y'all ruin a good duck egg? I mean, a good egg when all you have to do is boil it. You want to wait for it to be to have feathers on it? I don't get it. But at the same time too, I knew what I was biting into, so I was trying to hide that, trying to get that out of my head. Me and Mike, but hell, we ate some, what was it, scorpions in Cambodia or spiders or some shit. So no century eggs either. What's a century egg? How's Aaron? Found a good market, good spot to eat, made some friends, cruising around on his track. Yeah, he's doing good. He's becoming a little hermit over there. He's got his I don't know what you call it, PlayStation or whatever. That I went over there. We just jumped in, popped in, surprised him the other day, and he had his headphones on. And he was playing whatever he plays. Where it's, I guess you got other people live playing. I'm not sure how I guess when he's playing in the evening, it's probably morning there. So he's content. He's content, and he goes next door. Hell, they know him by name. When he walks in, it's like he's walking in Cheers when they yell Norm. It's Aaron. He doesn't pay. He pays them to use their facilities. He uses their pool as much as he wants to for free, or not free. He prepays it. So yeah, he's got him a little circle over there. They feed him. They keep him pretty good. And then he goes to like Blair's and buys his meat too. Original Filipino caldereta is with goat meat. Most use beef now. Yeah, I think she used beef, but I like goat meat. Well, I say I do. The best I remember, I liked it. Electra right down the road from Owl Park. They used to have a goat barbecue annually. I don't know if they still do because I ain't been around. But I ate goat barbecue, and I thought it was delicious. To me, it tasted like roast. How it's textured, how it's kind of flaky, or tastes like a roast to me. Appreciate you, Fisher Lord, for the $5. You are the man. How's my new grill? That's what I was talking about earlier. I hadn't fired it up yet. It's right underneath me. But yesterday, I bought 4 sacks of charcoal, and like I said, they come in a little sack like that. And they're not the briskets or bruquettes or whatever. Boom! Curtis Green in the house with $50. You are the man, Curtis. Woo! Appreciate you, Curtis Green. But yeah, I'm gonna fire that thing up. I'm gonna fire it up and burn all the paint and chemicals and that kind of stuff off of it, and that way I don't have to worry about that screwing up my food. Then we're gonna fire it up and cook them steaks. Curtis Green in the house. Right on, fish. Brian Gill. Boom, thank you, Fisher Lord.
Whoa!
There's Tarina.
Hi, I'm done doing laundry.
Curtis Green sent $50.
Thank you so much. Free what? Free dinner and lunch?
Free dinner and lunch. She said, how come you're not using that wash machine?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Folks, she used the wash machine. My best friend lives near you and watches your podcast. Who is it? Who's that? Fisher Lord. I'll see you soon. But okay, Mike. Yeah, it won't be long. You'll be about half Filipino. Tarantulas. That's what they was. Tastes like bacon. Bullshit. They didn't taste like bacon. Curtis or Brian is having hell with his autocorrect again. He's retracting messages. Curtis Green, $50, got 6 likes. Y'all give Curtis a like. That is badass right there. $10 from Take a Ride. Take a Ride. Some change for you. Hey, I appreciate you, Take a Ride. You are the man. Let me write that down. That'll be handy to have. Y'all are awesome, folks. And just remember, folks, I don't get on here to for these donations. I'll never ask y'all for donations, but we sure do appreciate it. Where is Blair's? It's on the way to Valencia, on that main road to Valencia, and it's about halfway. As soon as you, it's even past M&M Cafe. Just keep going up the hill, and it's right on the left-hand side of the road if you're going to Valencia. And they just got little stuff like meats and cheeses, and hell, they've even got like almonds and pumpkin seeds, but they got some stuff that's usually that's what it is, specialty items that like come from that might be familiar from your hometown, but their main deal is like meats and cheeses. And I think we used to buy our pickles there, but I started buying them at Bellcrest now. Whoa, Curtis. That's right, Brian. Curtis is rocking, damn right. You rock too, Oliver. You're in that rocking boat too. Hey, Brent, planning on coming there soon. Is there any open villas in Darwin for $200 a month? I bet there is. I bet that's about the going rate between 2 and 3. Aaron's paying like $220. I'll have to ask him because, like I say, he can find out that easier than me knowing right offhand. But that's pretty much the going rate, 2 to 3. Tuck some of that away for the grandbaby. Yeah, yep, definitely. And getting to that grandbaby's cost a little more this time than it's usually cost. I bought my one-way ticket for $900 just because I wanted to fly Filipino Air. Y'all, I never in my life could imagine saying I'd prefer to take Filipino Airlines, but I'm saying it because I can try to bid for a upgraded business class. So I'm gonna try to do that. Don't know if I'll get it pulled off, but after doing it once, that made that trip so much easier that I could. And I kind of kicked myself because I was thinking, well, you should treat yourself to a business class one way, either coming or going. And I think I would have, if I can ever like flying economy again, that I probably should have waited and did it on the way back. But who knows? Maybe I'll do both, and maybe I'll do none. You know, it's a bidding situation, so hopefully my bid will win. Because that man, it's a hard trip over here. It really is. That long flight is brutal for me being cooped up in a plane. I don't know. I get anxiety and shit too. I don't know if y'all ever had to deal with any of that, but being around that many people and knowing you're cooped up, it's hell. And sitting in a plane for a damn 13 hours, just there's no good way of doing it. But if you can, I can't sleep sitting up, so if I can lay down, that sure helps. $60 steak dinner is expensive, LOL. Yeah, but I mean, It is. It really is. But that you got to remember that's Wagyu beef too, and that shit is expensive anywhere you go. It really is. Yeah, it should be half that. Take a ride. It really should. But I can do. I can go down there to Sizzling and get a steak for. I think it's T-bone steak for $5. But you can imagine what you get. It actually tastes good, but it's like a breakfast steak. You know, it's so thin that when I get back over there, we'll have to have a barbecue. I have 12 goats and 12 Brahma bulls. Yeah, it sounds good. You'll have to show me how to barbecue them goats because, like I said, I ate that at Electra, but I've never never done it. So that sounds good. Now I can help you with the Brahma bulls. Filipina she'll be sweeping for long. She's picking up leaves down there, folks. Going to Vietnam to do water fast retreat to learn how to do it the proper way. Pushing 300 pounds. Like you said, it is hard. Need to get under control. Not many big men live past 60. Yeah, I know. That's my deal. I don't want to be one of them. And I was 300 pounds probably 6 years ago. So I think it's called Blair's Specialty Store, Danny. I really think that's the name of it, Blair's Specialty Store. Yeah, it's definitely hard, simply social. But I did it. I lost over 100 pounds. So you can do it. You just got to stay motivated and keep your eye on the prize. And everybody pushes these cheat days. I say don't. I say once you get in your little routine, to me, all that cheating does is makes it harder to get right back in. And you kind of, I know it's good to look forward to that, but at the same time, once you get in your routine and just stay in it, it's easier for me. So keep that in mind. It may not be easier for you. Maybe you need a cheat day. But for me, when I lost all that weight, I stayed pretty much low carb, nearly no carb for probably 6 months. How much does a can of snuff cost in Dumaguete? I paid, what was it? Nearly 5,000 pesos or 5,000 pesos for 15 cans, whatever that comes out to. And you can order it online too. There's a smokeless.com, I think's the name of it. Smokelesstobacco.com. I think you can order it online too. Without having a heart attack or stroke. Yeah, absolutely. You need to get it under control, and you can do it. I need to get mine under control too because well, I got to 250 and I said, hell, I'm headed that way again. The first time it snuck up on me, you know, because I'd quit drinking and quit doing other outside issues, and it snuck up on me because, you know, everybody was telling me how good a job I was doing, all that, and I was just getting fatter and fatter and fatter, and just so happy that I wasn't drinking and stuff no more that I let mine snake up on me. Before I knew it, I was 270. Then I was like, shit. I know why people just say screw it now because I thought it was so hard. I'd never lost any weight before because I'd never tried, never had to. So I was about ready to give up the ghost and say this is how I'm going to die. But then I started eating better, and then I kind of lost probably 20 or 30 pounds just, you know, doing a lot of walking and that kind of stuff. And then I got on that Optavia diet. And I was paying so much for that food, I was like, shit, I'm not falling off because hell, I'm not paying for this and wasting all that money. That was costing me about $450 a month. What's a good place to go to get plane tickets to the Philippines? I always use Skyscanner. I've heard people use other stuff and like it, but Skyscanner's where I go. Skyscanner's the only place I pretty much buy my tickets now. How much are Marlboros there? They're 180 pesos or 190 pesos, something like that. It's $3 a pack. $3,000 pesos feral in the Philippines. They're about $3 a pack. But hell, the cartons here now or they're over that because I think they put 12 in a pack over here, and instead of 10 in a carton, they put 12 and just wrap them in that clear cellophane. But that's the deal. It's by the stick here. You can buy them 9 cents a cigarette, or 9 pesos. 9 pesos a cigarette, which comes to 180. So it's 180. So $3 a pack, or 3,000 for 10 packs. Or can you make it using Grab from Darwin to the grocery stores? Does Aaron have any places to eat in the area? And is there any grocery stores there? Yeah, there's a grocery store there, but no, you can't. There is no Grab. There is no Grab in Darwin or Dumaguete. Now there's tricycles. I don't know how easy it is to flag one down. I bet it'd be kind of hard if you're living on the beach, unless you just know a guy and put him in your message, which that's the way a lot of people do it. I know some people use the same guy. They'll just say, hey, come get me, and go that route. And the Filipinos happy to come get you. But you'll just have to kind of meet somebody in that area. And I don't know how thick the tricycles are in Darwin, but yeah, there's a grocery store there too. He's got it, like I say, he's got everything he needs there. Yeah, he wouldn't even have to come to town if he didn't have to renew his visa every once in a while. But he does. But I'm just saying he wouldn't have to. You got to taste it for the business class. It's nice for sure. It really is. It makes that trip so much easier. I'm talking about if you're not eating, you can actually lay down and sleep. They keep bringing you shit. I was like, damn, we just ate. Now you're bringing me. And it's luxury. It really is. And I realize that business class is not. Do you need me to put that water up, babe? In here?
It's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, it makes, once you get a little taste of it, you don't want to think about doing it the other way. But you damn sure pay for it. I mean, that's why I'm doing the Philippines Eric, because I'm not giving $3,000 for a one-way ticket. I'm having hell telling myself that I'll give $2,000 because that's what it's going to end up costing you, I imagine. But you can bid too on getting the 2 seats next to you empty. So I'm gonna bid on that too as a fallback. If I don't, you know what I mean. If I don't get the business deal, at least I'll have a full row to myself. Hopefully, it's by bid too, so you're not guaranteed that. If they fill the plane up, you're screwed. So nobody's gonna get a full road. But my nonstop is on Philippine Airlines, and it was $688. Yeah, that's about what I paid for my trip over here. But for my trip back, I had to pay $890, and I didn't even pick a seat. I picked a seat in the middle row, just temporarily, because I can go back in there and change it. But I just did that to where I didn't have to pay extra for my seat at the time, because I was hoping last time I did, and then I paid for like an aisle seat, and then I won the upgrade to business class. So all that money that I paid for the good seat, the aisle seat, I just totally wasted it, because if I hadn't paid for that and still got that upgrade, you see what I mean? I would just had to pay for the upgrade. Instead, I paid for a good seat and an upgrade. I agree, that flight almost killed me. Yeah. It's punishment. It really is. It's worth it, but it's punishment. But anyway, Farrell in the Philippines, yeah, mine was around about $700 last time, and then I think even my upgrade was only around $900 back then. So I was like, yeah, I'll pay. And like I said, it was my first, and maybe my only time doing it, but I loved it. Brent's flights from New York are 21 hours. That's nuts. That's crazy. I don't think I could do that. I really don't. They shoot that one way. I figured they'd make you stop in California or something and start from there. 21. I mean, I can say at least it's a one and done. You don't have to do, but that's too much for me. I'm flying direct, which is another reason my ticket was so high. was I'm flying direct from Manila to Seattle because Seattle has a direct flight to Oklahoma City. Is the reason I chose that, and the reason it's so damn high. You fasted after your surgery and lost a ton of weight. Fasting works. It definitely works. And when you're fasting, you're not hungry. You're just, that's all you think about is food, but you're not hungry. Or with me, I was like, man, I just want to be chewing on something other than ice chips. But I've done fasting when I was just losing weight too. Just I'd do 72 hours just to get me into keto or ketosis, and the whole time I never was hungry. You have more energy, but for me the whole time that's all I did was think about what I was going to eat next. And now look at this Filipina. She comes up here with bread and my favorite French onion dip. It just makes me smell it. No, go ahead, babe. You're fine. I'm flying out of JFK, New York City, and it's nonstop 72 hours. I know Aaron flew 15 hours straight. Dallas to Hong Kong. That's long. The Filipina doesn't like cigarettes. No, she hates them. She hates them.
Cigarettes.
She even hates me to throw the butts in the fire can. She can't stand the way it smells when I catch on fire. After, make you sick? After triple bypass and 3 heart attacks, I lost 60 pounds. Just didn't feel like eating. Stabilizing out 190 to 200. That's exactly where I need to be. Famous nowadays, Harley man. That's where I need to be. About 200. 190 is a little skinny for me. 200 is about right. I'm 6 foot. 6 foot exactly. What do you think about Go-Go Wonder and his go-kart race in Thailand? The food they have been eating looks great. Food is awesome in Thailand. It really is. You can't go wrong with food in Thailand. The race car, that's pretty good entertainment too. They had a fancy setup. Where they had their names on the carts and tell you what lap or what. It looked pretty neat. Wow, I've been 148 my entire adult life. I wish I didn't fluctuate. Take a ride. When you go to Thailand, you do the VIP 60 and over full checkup. It's everything 1/10 of the price of the U.S. Yeah, true story. But I'll get all mine done when I get back to the United States because I get all my medical for free if I'm in the U.S. And I've got several issues that I need them to look at anyway. I roll my own using the machine and 100% natural tobacco, 97 cents USD a pack. I used to when I came out of that 90-day program. Hell, I had a buddy that used a little slide deal and packed his own cigarettes. We just buy, I don't know how many pounds of tobacco at the vape shop, and hell, the whole class was rolling their own, and made a smoker out of me for sure though. And the cigarettes lasted 3 times longer because they was full 100s and longer than any cigarettes that we ever smoked before, wider. My friend from Vietnam was in the know. Okay. How hard is it to get fresh milk in Dumaguete? I think it's pretty easy. I've heard of several. I've never bought any, but I've heard of several people going and buying it here locally. And me and Trina was just talking about that yesterday or the day before, how because she seen somebody milking a cow and drinking it directly. I said, yeah, would you believe that that's illegal to sell that kind of milk in the United States? Because they're so worried about poisonous and all. They want us sick. I really believe that. Are you going back to business? I'm going to try. I've got a bid in on it, but like I say, I don't know if I'll get it. I would like to try it, but I got to thinking I should have just did that one way because I really that's if I want to fly back, that's pretty much above my pay grade. I really don't have the money to do it one time, but it's so nice that I'm I'm going to sacrifice something else, if you will. Amos, me too. Oh, you're talking to Amos. When I started smoking, you could find Marlboros for 30 cents a pack sometimes. When I joined the Army, you could buy cartons for almost $2. That's cheap enough. And yeah, they used to promote that crap too. They used to tell you how healthy it was for you. They see what I mean? If they're on a bandwagon and the government's in on it, they tell you how good it was. Hell, they furnish them. They put you 2 cigarettes in MRE and a pack of matches. Can you lay down on the 2 seats? I've never been able to, but I just found out that damn middle seat you can lay that. I've never been able to never done it, but you can supposedly lay that little armrest down and use that as a bed. Now, it kind of pisses me off because there's been twice that I flew over here and didn't bid on nothing, didn't do anything, just wound up with full row by myself. And I didn't know you could do that, and I still tried to sleep in my little 1 seat, and I just couldn't do it. The website cheap tickets can get good prices. Okay, hell, I'll look into that. I'll look into any advice possible. Hell, I'll take it. $1 a carton. Wow, that's cheap enough. 110. You sound like you know a lot about fasting and it's healthy for you. Yeah, I've been down this road before. I really have. Like I say, I was at 300 at one time, and lost over 100 pounds. So I got into it, and I get that way. If I ever get tunnel vision or something, I'm a doer. It's just hard getting that motivated. Kalinga Luzon in the house. Good morning, Big Al in the Philippines. How you doing this morning, Luzon? We're up to 54. Brent have to figure out how to make that flight easier. Yeah, and there's just no good way. I've done it about every way you can do it. I've got here quick. I've got here where I only spent like 10 hours in the air flying from San Francisco to Narita in Tokyo, in Japan, and then breaking it up, doing 3 days there, which is probably, I don't know, it's one of my favorite ways to do it. But when you're ready to get home and see your family or whatever, you're thinking to yourself, man, I should have went direct, instead of wasting all this time. Because even though you're enjoying yourself in a new place or whatever, you're still like, shit, I got to get home. I'm ready to see them grandbabies. If I'm not in the Philippines, I want to be home. I'm 6 foot as well. Wife laughs at me, my skinny butt when I'm at 190. Yeah. But for a skinny guy or whatever, 190 is about right. It says I should weigh 185 to be in the normal category, but I get down to about 190. I've been down to 184, and I just even feel skinny and weak. But at the same time too, that I made it down that low, I was on that Optavia, and I wasn't allowed to eat but so much protein a day, so I lost 11% muscle mass. So I looked pretty pathetic but then I started working out and gained muscle and got back. I was in pretty good shape there for a while, but it's been a while back. I hadn't been in good, but I felt good. And like I say, when you feel good, you do good. I was walking and eating right, and even going to the gym. From Florida to Cebu is 24 to 26 hours. Stopping Atlanta, Georgia, and South Korea. Yeah, I've been looking at that too, because when I use Skyscanner, it used to. It's not doing it at the time. I think they rotate and take turns who they're promoting at the time. Right now, it seems like Eva Air is the way they're trying to get you to go, which shoots you to Taiwan, Taipei, or they're wanting to shoot you to Hong Kong with Cathay Pacific. But right now, I've seen a lot of times where they was pushing Korean Airlines and wanting you to go through Seoul, and I've heard a lot of people say it's a good way to do it. We're dark out in mask, and new pillow does that help? Well, they usually black the plane out anyway, so I mean, and usually the flight over here is usually at night. Usually you fly out of California about 11 or 10 to midnight, and so it's usually dark the whole way over here, even if you you know, and they want the slides down on the window and all that, and so I just couldn't sleep sitting up. I tried everything. I even bought one of them masks before I go, and hell, in business class they even give you one in your little package. But business class is the only. If I can't lay down, I can't sleep. Yeah, it's a long, hard ride. Wear a dark mask. What app are you using to live stream? I don't think I'm using one. I really, on my cell phone, I downloaded StreamYard and it never asked me for anything like that. Unless I set this tablet up a long time ago and just don't know. I just clicked live and went to live. And now I can't monetize like this. I don't monetize, and now after it's over, it'll give me the option to do that. That may be why most people. Uh, I don't know how any of this works, folks. So none of y'all watching is actually monetized. But after it's over, I can click monetize, and the people that watch it after we're done can. You know what I mean? Take 2 hydrocodone 1 hour before departure. You'll sleep. Yeah, I screwed up the first time I flew. I flew to, like I said, I went through to Tokyo, and I took like 4 or 5 Benadryl, and thought that would knock me out, and it didn't. And so that was one of my most miserable flights because I just felt hung over the whole flight there. I was just, you know what I mean? And I felt hung over, looked hung over, and it was like, man, we're never getting there. So I'm like, I'm not taking it. But Aaron told me he took 2 of something before he got on the plane. Something they give him at the VA for allergies or a cold or something. And he said it knocked his out. So I said, give me some of them. He said, yeah, I will. Forgive me if you already answered this. Are you available to get your VA meds sent to you, the Philippines? Yes, you can. Or get it from the VA pharmacy in Manila. Yeah, they'll do it through the mail. And I did. I made a matter of fact. Good. I'm glad you brought that up, Craig. Because even the Philippine, if y'all are veterans and y'all need to see a VA guy, he's going to be here the 22nd. He's not going to Ground Zero this time. He's going to the Sierra Hotel, and he'll be here the 22nd. I seen that. I think around lunchtime. So do your home or look into that, and I'll try to figure out the dates. I mean, I know it's the 22nd. I know it's the Sierra Hotel. I meant to put that out and tell everybody, if you need to see a vet representative, they're coming down. They'll be here the 22nd. And I screenshotted that. Let me see if I can find that. Glad you brought that up. Like I say, if anybody needs to see the VA, man, maybe I erased it already. Damn it. I think I did, folks. Yep. Damn it. I guess I deleted I screenshotted that, but he'll be here the 22nd, and you can ask him all that. But yeah, you can get them sent to you, and you can sign up for the foreign medical program, Craig, and talk to them, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. That's more of that reimbursement crap that you got to put up with too. That I could do. That I'm hard hit. I just don't like going through all that, so I usually just pay out of pocket and forget about it. My father hated flying. He needed 3 martinis in a pillow. Yeah, that would probably help knock me out. But then I'd probably have to get up and go to the bathroom all the damn time. Most places in the Philippines is against the law to smoke in public, including the streets and the sidewalks. Yeah. It don't, and I don't hardly ever even take my cigarettes away from the house. I usually, I used to go up to the Red Table in Valencia, and I would order a coffee, and it makes me want to smoke, so I would always smoke there. But I try to leave mine at the house and trying to wean myself off. I've got this new necklace that I try to because I know they're a death sentence. They're just killing you slowly. I think you lose weight, Otto, when you're traveling around. What do you think? No, I'm different. I gain it. I really do. Because that's all I want to do. Is if I'm trying to kill time, I'm just hell. Let's go eat. Even in the airport, that sitting there waiting for a flight, you want to eat. You go to a new place, you want to eat something that you normally don't, whether that be a mango shake or a buco this or that. And so when I travel, I usually do the opposite and screw up and eat more. I'll eat breakfast because the hotel usually has free breakfast, and I usually don't eat breakfast if I'm not out and about. I think you. Oh yeah. Is it cold going over there? Do I need it? No, you don't need a jacket. No, you don't need. If you do, when you get here, you'll just put it up till you go back. Chemical hangovers are the worst. Might even bring. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I don't like. I don't. If I'm not drinking, I don't want to be hungover. So I'm. It's cold on the plane. Yeah, yeah. But they'll give you a blanket. They'll give you a blanket if you need a blanket. But I'm with you, Brian. I usually wear, and I do. When I came over here, I always bring me a little windbreaker jacket. This time, I knew I was going to be in business class. I showed up wearing, them joggers, them like rain pants or whatever you call them, or trainers, or I don't know what you call them, and a hoodie. But I was so comfy in my little business class with my blanket that I stripped all that. I put it in that spare bedroom, and I ain't thought about it since. But I'll break it out when I head back, because even though it'll be nearly May, you never know what the temperature's going to be in the United States. Usually they get fired up. It'll get warm. They'll fire up baseball, and as soon as the first game starts, you're freezing your ass off watching a high school baseball game because the temperature went back down. Nicorette gum curbs my appetite. Yeah, me too. And I brought a bunch of Nicorette over here with me. And I'm glad you said that. I need to break that back out. I got a bunch of that from the VA. I'm shocked and disappointed O-Dog went to membership only as I supported his channel for many years. I don't believe in that. That you got subscribers that are loyal to you, and then you want to hit them with a tax. I don't understand it. You'll never see this channel do that, so don't worry about that. I didn't know that though, Big Al. I didn't realize that. But after you said that, a lot of people do it, or they'll put, the subscribers will watch all these videos, and then they want to put out a good one or one that's titled that you think is better than others, and then they want a membership for that one. Members only. Are you shitting me? I'm a faithful follower. I watch all this crap, and then you want to hit me with a membership fee? Are you thinking about getting a hobby since you retired, like pickleball? Yeah, I'm definitely looking into pickleball. These pickleball courts are popping up all over the Philippines. It may be more popular than basketball now. You got these little. The government built pretty much every community a nice basketball court with the awning and all that stuff. But now these little private pickleball places are popping up all over the place, and they're nice. They're really nice. So I want to buy some paddles, and I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. I was even walking through City Mall yesterday or the day before, I guess, and they were selling pickleballs and rackets in there, but they wanted like something ridiculous, like $200 for a paddle, when I can buy 4 of them on Lazada or Amazon for $30 or $50. So that's what I'm going to do it. Nicotine is known as a weight loss aid. Yeah, it really is. I told Trina that. She started to call bullshit on me, but I'm like, yeah, if I'm trying to lose weight, smoking actually does help. And I know a lot of people that gain a shit ton of weight when they quit smoking. I know that's a fact. I've seen it happen. Have you traveled out of Oklahoma City to Denver and then Narita? I'll be on that route to Cebu next month and am second guessing that decision. No, I've never done it, but that sounds like an awesome route because I looked it up and it's no longer a plane ride from Denver to Narita as it is from San Francisco. I think that's a good route. I really do. Kevin Hickson, yeah, that sounds like an awesome route to me. It really does. Now I have traveled. I've traveled Dallas, but I had to stop. Seems like I had to stop at San Francisco and then fly to Narita. But on the way back, I have flown Narita. I've never flew out of Oklahoma City. That's the only difference. I have flew Cebu, maybe Cebu to Narita, and of course I got off and stayed a couple of days, I think, and then Cebu on into Dallas, I think, or Houston, one of the two. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that sounds like I think you'll be happy with that route. I really do, Kevin. I think you're on to something there. The only difference is I broke mine up and I stayed at Narita a few days, and I have. I think I've always at least stayed the night there. I know you are Big Al, and I appreciate you, and you don't have to worry about no membership coming in and ever me putting up a members only. I think yeah. My first trip over here, Danny, was Zip Air. They do Narita to Houston, and that's why I said, yeah, I think it might have been Houston. But yeah, I tried them. They're one of the cheapest airlines you can take, and there's no frills. But it's like I say, it'll get you there and get you there. Probably the cheapest airline there. That I've done them and I've done Starlux, but you damn sure they'll get you on the luggage. If you're overweight, a kilo, you're gonna pay, and you're gonna pay big time for the. So just know how much your luggage is gonna weigh, because they definitely check it. They definitely weigh it, and but they'll also let you upgrade from 7 kilos. That's all they allowed for a carry-on. They'll let you bump it up to 8 kilos. I mean, an extra 8. So you wind up having 15 kilos. So I actually did that on my first trip here, and on the second time, I didn't do that. I just knew that I didn't need much and didn't bring much. Good chat tonight. Good night, folks. Time for me to crash. See you on the flip side. Hey, Brian, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you supporting and talking along with us. Stay safe. Yeah, yep. Y'all tell Brian, stay safe. On your halfway stop, you should get a leg massage at the airport to help with the swelling. Yeah, yeah. And that's a good thing about like business class too. They'll give you those compression socks. I've never worn them, but I've heard a lot of people swear by them. Brent, buddy, what's up? Hope you're doing well. You're doing good, Rob. Doing real good. Hope you're doing well. I mostly use Korean Air DFW to Seoul, then after a short layover on to Cebu. That sounds like a good. That's just the only way that I've never been, but it sounds like a good way to go. And like I say, a lot of times, Skyscanner promotes or pushes Korean Air. They're just not at the moment. So, and I even typed in Korean Air seeing if I could bid on their seats, and I don't think they let you bid on the seats, but I think they'll let you, if they have extra seats, maybe you can buy them at the airport when you show up. Zip also has live flight seats at a much lower price than business. Like you said, no frills, but laying down is a frill to me. Absolutely, and I think they're $1,700. I really think that, and because that's the first time that I seen the lay down seats was on Zip Air. I didn't know that was an option, but when I was flying them, my seat was the first one, and then there was the luxury cabin, so I had to walk through there, and I was like, man, this would be so sweet, and theirs are a set price, and definitely something to look into. The only reason I didn't pick them is because I knew I wanted to fly direct into Oklahoma City. And I'm sure that Zip Air, you could probably fly straight to Houston, and Oklahoma City's probably got a deal, direct flight to there. I took a break a few months making videos, and shocked I lost over 1,000 watch hours. Never again going live stream trying to get my hours back. Okay, Big Al, hell, I'll have to check you out. I'll definitely check you out. Zep also has, okay, I missed that. My first trip to the Philippines was compliments of the United States government, the United States Navy, Marlboro cigarettes at sea stores on the ship, 20 cents a pack. Thank you for your service, Christopher. Yeah, I bet that was a rough flight though. Was it commercial, or was it on one of them big green machines with the netting? I had to fly back from Michigan to Altus Air Force Base on one of them, and we was just in there like sitting on the nets. So that was a pretty rough flight. So I can't imagine if you flew that way all the way across the Pacific. How did you like Bunny in the halftime show last night? I didn't watch that shit. I ain't watching none of that shit. Yep. I seen a lot of people didn't like it either. Lots of complaints. And well, they said only 18% of the people speak Spanish, and the whole show was in Spanish, so I didn't miss much. I wouldn't have understood what the hell they was talking about anyway. Anyway, folks, we've been on here an hour and 37 minutes. Anybody got anything else for me? Or we're gonna shut this down.
Anybody send dollars?
Do what?
I said anybody send
Yeah,
something?
they got all kinds of awesome special things. But we ain't asked for money on
Before we
it.
bye-bye.
It was a stupid guy. Guy's an idiot. With everything going on in the Philippines, I'm leaning toward Vietnam. All said, most everyone agrees with you. Get more for your dollar. Yeah, that's true. To get more, but they're doing some stuff that's going to screw up theirs too. I heard it. They're making it harder to come and go. They want you to get notes and all kinds of other stuff from where you're going to be staying. Brent is tripping. He definitely is. Take a ride. What's the plan today? I don't know. We went for a ride yesterday. I don't know what we got going on. We need to figure it out because it's already, what time is it?
I like to ride today because there's no sunshine.
No sunshine, so you don't have to cover up. We'll probably go for a ride. Is the laundry done? It is done and hanging up. And it's a little cloudy, but I think she's safe. If not, she could use that little laundry line that the foreign guy put up in the spare bedroom. Okay, folks, hey, we want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. We're going to shut this down, figure out what we're going to do with ourselves the rest of the day. I seen the Filipina had to take her son to school this morning, so that's what she was angry about. 1974, when the Army, we flew in DC-10 and the cargo bay doors opened halfway, and one landed, ripped off doors, but made it safely. Said never fly again, but came back 50 years later in 2022. I understand. Yeah, that's how I can't imagine that'd be one hell of a trip on that thing. Loud and can't hear yourself or whatever. Like I say, I only flew from Michigan to Altus, and that was long enough. I can't imagine going the whole way. Time to sweep the yard. Yeah, she got to get that broom before a guy got her and put that thing to work. I know you're looking forward to seeing the new grandbaby that's going to be born shortly. Lucky you, I absolutely am. And I'm ready to see that one that's already here. She is growing like a weed, and just talking so dang much. That time that I spent with her, when I was down from the hospital, man, me and her, we got pretty tight. So it's been kind of hard on me being away from her. All right, Samos TS5VY. Be safe and happy, Brent. Will do. Folks, y'all be good. Until next time, this is Brent's Trippin. Peace. Once again, I can't remember how to turn this thing off, so it may take me a minute to figure that out. Have a great day and night, everyone. Stay safe. Be good, Big Al in the Philippines. Stay healthy. Stay good.